Hello everyone, how are you all doing? This is your MC Pratyusha and welcome to yet another episode of Chat with Pratt, Unwind and Unveil in association with Fruitaholic Sydney. Today we have with us someone who doesn't need an introduction. He is the founder of Flight Guys. He is a married celebrant and he is a hero who has helped in the repatriation services of a number of immigrants who have unfortunately demised in Australia. He has received a number of accolades for his services to the community, including the NTR Award in the year 2018. We have with us today Sreenadh Brahmapuram Garu, whom we lovingly call Apad Bandhavudu, which means a savior when in distress. Hello Sreenadh Garu, how are you?
Good evening, Patricia. Thanks for taking time to come and see us.
Thank you so much for giving me time from your busy schedule. It's a great honor to have you as a guest on Chat with Pratt.
Thank you. Once again, I'm honored.
Yeah. And how are you doing and how's your day been? Has it been really busy?
Always busy.
Yeah.
For various reasons.
Yeah.
My personal work, my
Of course.
family, and my community. So all these three things always keep me busy.
Of course.
I'm too busy all the time.
I know. And I'm sure you must be busy with your new venture as well, right? Flight
Yes.
Guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. And let's get on with our questionnaire. Let's start from where you hail from. Tell us about your family, your parents, wife, kids.
I'm born as a Tamilian, but brought up in a place called Kottagudam. If you people know about it, it's in Khammam district. It's a coal mining town in Andhra Pradesh. Here, from childhood, everything was in my place in Kottagudam. And my father was working in the coal mining industry. And we grew up there. I had two siblings, one brother and sister, who are elder to me. My childhood education and college education happened in Kottagudam only. And my first education outside my place was in Andhra University as for post-graduation in chemistry. During my college days, I was a joint secretary of the college.
Nice.
I was also a class monitor during my school days, and also colors head in my school. And then I was general secretary of the college and general secretary in Andhra University too.
Nice.
Bit of political instinct in my blood,
Of course.
and it was never accepted by my parents. So I have to keep myself sometimes to myself,
Yeah.
not to express things outside. And married in 89, migrated to Australia in 92.
That's a long time.
I was blessed with a son in 98. And now we are in Australia.
That's nice. And tell us something about your son Srikhanta. I have seen him in a lot of events. He's an amazing dancer and a singer. Where does the talent come from?
Yeah, it is his mother's genes.
Nice.
His mother was a singer when he was childhood, but she never progressed in the hobby. That's where I think Srikanta got the genes of singing.
Nice.
And dancing. Nowadays, all kids dance. So there's no greater role. But again, he's a social girl like me.
That's nice. Like father, like son. And how were you as a childhood? Like, were you a very obedient or a mischievous kind of?
I never say obedient.
Okay. Okay.
Sometimes you have to accept the facts and tell the truths.
Yeah.
So somebody doesn't know about the truths in the life,
Yeah.
I was a roughie.
Nice. Yeah.
College, in any fights, and in the fights.
Wow. That's good to know. I'm sure a lot of us don't know that angle of yours. All right, coming to the next question, your profession, like you have started this venture called Flight Guys. Tell us about it and what motivated you to start it and how did you start it?
To be honest, why I liked the airline industry was when I was young, I used to come to Hyderabad for school on school holidays, summer holidays. My aunt's son, my cousin brother used to work for Sita Travels, that was in Lakdikapul. And I was fascinated to go every day because in summer holidays he was going to work, and I was going to Lakdikapul to his office only to enjoy the air conditioning.
Okay.
So
That's funny.
When I was sitting there in the launch and seeing people with customers coming, and then my brother working with the decks like Los Angeles Lax, Dubai.
Yeah.
Those decks fascinated me to do towards airline industry, but it was there in my mind, background of my mind. But in 2010, one of my friends in Sydney, she was having a air business, travel business, and she had a stroke.
Oh,
when she had a stroke, then there was no one to take care of the business, and she asked me to help her.
All right.
So that's where my inner instinct to work in travel industry has come up, and then Then I worked with her for 4 years to help her and bring her out from the water she is in. And then I left it like that. Again, since I was in the travel industry, so whenever people were calling me for any emergency reasons, we wishing tickets, and this phone calls keep continuing me after I wished my services to my friend. Then I thought, okay, I'll start my own business. So that is the main purpose of this business is to help people in case of emergencies and issue tickets in the last minute.
Of course.
So the last minute tickets sometimes may be expensive, daunting, and emotional things there. So at that time, I take over and make sure that they fly to India or wherever they have to go to meet their family emergencies.
That's nice. Basically, serving the community again, right?
Yeah, that is always there for my child.
Of course. And what are the challenges you have faced over the years running a travel agency, and how did you overcome them?
It was not a business model.
Yeah.
So it is not a business. Again, it is having a touch of a community service.
Of course.
So it is able to sustain, my business able to sustain with all the cost overheads. And that's it. I'm happy with how it's
That's nice. That's nice. And tell us about Flight Guys. I know that it's something new which you have started. What it is all about, and how is it different from your previous venture?
Yeah, I started street travels. Again, due to reasons, I had to expand it to make it more. That's why we started the Flight Guys. Every travel industry is a challenging, you know, but again, basically, it is not a business model. It is only a community service model. Business.
Of course, yeah.
Helping people in need, and here and there, I just make some sort of to meet my expenses.
Of course, yes. And do you have any suggestions for somebody who wants to get into the travel industry or open up a travel agency, kind of?
Again, if you ask a doctor, he'll say, "Sir, your son doesn't want to be a doctor." If you ask a lawyer, he says, "What doesn't want son is a lawyer."
Yeah.
If you ask any business person, anyone, they don't want their children or their friends to be in the same business. So again, every business has its own challenges.
Of course.
So unless until you perceive you are consistent and perceiving things, you will be successful.
Of course. And any piece of advice you would like to give anybody, like a new immigrant who is exploring business opportunities and thinks that travel agency can be their line of business?
Yeah. So people come to me not only for travel business, but they come to talk to me about any ideas how to start a business.
Yeah.
I do help them give suggestions what I know.
Of course.
So to be a successful business person, a businessman or a businesswoman, you should have the passion first to do the business.
Of course.
You should understand the industry first, what you're working, what you want to pursue.
Yeah.
And then do your own homework.
Yeah.
And then talk to few people who are in the same line of business.
Yeah.
Take their ideas. And then you do your own homework, and then
of course, makes sense. Definitely.
Everything is consistency and potential.
Absolutely. Consistency is very important.
Should be also there. I don't add. In a business, you can't be ethical all the time.
I agree.
So business means, again, if you have that ethical nature, right? Because my always thinking is towards the ethical side. You may not succeed, but you might have your dreams come true. You might have fulfilled your passions.
Totally agree. And you're also a marriage celebrant. Tell us a bit about it. Like, is it a hobby or is it a profession you have always wanted to do?
It was not a profession, but it was in line of my thinking and my way of my life.
Okay.
So when I came to Australia, one day I was running around for 6 hours for a justice of peace service.
Oh my God, okay.
So there were really few justice of peace in 1992, 93, and it was so difficult to find a justice of peace. And we had to run around for about 8 hours. Then I inquired myself, then I said, why should I pay justice of peace?
Yeah.
So I got my enrollment to the justice of peace.
Yeah.
Till now, every alternate day, there'll be someone coming to my house to for a signature. It could be 8 o'clock in the night or 10 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it because what all difficulties I have undergone in my lifespan, I don't want other person to undergo the same thing. That is my core thinking always.
That's such a humble thought, I would say.
The next thing is marriage celebrant.
Yeah.
One of my friend's daughter was getting married.
Yeah.
So probably all of my friends circle know it is Karunya.
Okay.
So as a marriage celebrant, it is a mandatory requirement that you have to do a civil marriage.
Okay.
So the civil celebrants charge you around $650 to $1,000.
Okay, that's huge.
Again, that's where my thought of community service, my flavor of community service came into picture. I said, why should I do this one for the community?
Okay.
And my first question to them was, can I marry my son? They said yes. So that's why I did the course, did the marriage celebrant, and again, it is what I want to give back to the community as a marriage celebrant. So it is their minimum cost, that's all. Only I want the families to be happy. At the same time, there is no financial stress in those.
So, pardon my ignorance, is it like a Hindu marriage ceremony you perform or what?
You have to understand there are two things.
Okay.
Two ways. One is it's a religious marriage, and it is called a civil marriage.
All right, okay.
Religious marriage is whether you be a Hindu or a Christian or a Muslim or anything, you do with a priest.
All right, okay.
So that is a religious marriage.
Okay.
Either do it in a temple or wherever. A priest is involved. In the civil side, it is for the legal purposes.
Got it, okay.
The civil marriage is for a legal purpose.
All right, okay.
So if people might be understanding, so most of us are migrants to this country. When you came to Australia, you got married before you were making an application, but you went to a sub-registrar office.
Yes, exactly, yes.
So the same role I am playing here.
All right. Got it, okay, makes sense. Yeah.
The marriage is give you a marriage certificate. That's the legal document that you submit for your immigration.
All right.
Another legality purposes. Similarly,
got it.
In the same line, I am a civil marriage celebrant who is authorized by Attorney General of Australia.
Got it. Thank you for explaining that to people like us. And now coming to the most important part. All of us in the community have huge respect for you for all the services you do for the community, and specifically the repatriation services of demised immigrants. Why and when did you start doing this? Any specific incident that influenced and motivated to you?
If you take any Hindu family, your parents or you the one service which you don't want to do is funeral services. If someone dies in your community, also they say don't go there or something. So there are a lot of restrictions happening in our community when the death of a person occurs. Somehow, my father was doing the service back in my village. For anyone dies in the village, he is the person who goes and helps the rituals.
Yeah.
When I got married, within 2 months, my father's 2 brothers died. So my father said to me at the time, Sreenadh, come and do the service.
Yeah.
And he showed me how to do the service.
Mm-hmm. And
my mother was so angry on the day that she said to my father, your son got married this year. You should not do this in the whole year.
Yeah.
My father said, ignore your mother, keep continuing this.
Mm.
And that is one thing. The other thing which also why I'm pushed to this, or my thoughts are because this, probably most of the people might remind themselves when they are young or they're in the year 1977.
Mm-hmm.
In the year 1977, there was a big tsunami cyclone in Andhra Pradesh.
Mm-hmm.
A village called Avanigadda near Machilipatnam was washed away to the heavy cyclone.
Mm-hmm.
I was 17 years old boy at the time. I was in the college doing my intermediate, second year. And I was in the NCC, National Cadet Corps.
Okay.
In that incident, the whole community, the whole village was washed out to this cyclone.
Okay.
And at that time, it was a combined state, Andhra Pradesh. The Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh has requested the Chairman Managing Director of Singareni College to assist in the disaster management of this particular village.
Okay.
So this is a very hard job, and they have selected miners because coal miners go underground the mine and do a lot of hard work, and they are able to do. They are the right persons to do this job.
Okay.
So, Chairman Managing Director has selected about 40 coal miners, and my father was leading that team.
All right. Okay.
And at the same time, as an NCC leader at the time, my college also we also volunteered, and we are 20 students also went along with the team. We were in Avanigadda for about 10 days. In these 10 days, every day, we were able to collect more than 1,000 dead bodies, which were in the fields, waters, locked out everywhere, in the wells and on the trees.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And we had to bring those bodies, just burn with the petrol. It was a scenario where you can't imagine, but again, that made me thought that I have to do. So that's where my instinct of helping a dead person started from that point of time. So that's what it is. It is challenging.
Yeah.
It is not. It is really, the situation is not explainable.
Of course.
But at the same time, it is very near to my heart.
Of course.
So I think God has selected me to do this service. So I praise that. I thank the God that He has given me the courage and the strength to do this service.
That's so noble of you. Just listening to that story is giving me goosebumps right now. And I'm so blessed to be sitting here and talking to you about all this. Moving on to the next question. During COVID as well, you were working closely with the embassy to help people who wanted to, travel out of Australia and come into Australia. So how was that time for you, and what are the challenges you faced? And also, I would like to know, because of these, any challenges you faced? Were there any changes to the rules in the immigration process?
We could not influence changing the rules in the immigration process, but I knew COVID was again a lifetime incident for doing my service, because I did my service in 1977.
Yeah.
And I knew this COVID is again an opportunity for me to do the community service.
Yeah.
In spite of bit of resistance from the family not to travel outside, I decided to do this one. It was against my family's wish, but again, I knew this is a one-time opportunity to do service.
course.
Yes, it was challenging. Many parents, visiting parents, were stuck here, and also parents who died in India. The children could not travel to India to see the parents the last moments of the parents. It was a challenging, and luckily I had street travel business at the time. And you all know that traveling outside Australia, you need a permission to leave the country.
Yeah.
So many people applied for permissions, and the permissions were rejected for many reasons.
Yeah.
So there were only two flights that were operating from Sydney, and they used to come to me, and I had to sit with them, prepare the documentation for giving the permissions. So they apply the documentation and ask them to go to the airport, talk to them, and if they give permission, then at that time I issued the ticket, and many people left. About 80 to 100 people left in the last minute. So I used to spend 3 hours sitting at my table to monitor this. And also at that time, we all know that from Telugu girl, Rakshita died on January 1st. Her repatriation of her body was difficult because of COVID time. There was a lot of restrictions.
Yeah.
And the family was so emotional, and we were clueless how to repatriate the body to India because the flights were not taking the body. There was no permissions available. There were no permissions. The bit of documentation that was not possible. But somehow, with the help of Sanjay, Consulate General at that time, we all sat together and we worked a pathway.
Yeah.
And finally, the airlines said that we can't repatriate it. There was one document which came to my notice. It was really surprising. So how I think that it is not me who did the job. It is the God who has given the light and path to us. One document surprisingly arrived in the email, which was created by Indian government in Delhi, in Kuwait, for a body repatriation to Hyderabad. That letter was sufficient for us to prove to the airline that this letter is also sufficient for us.
Okay.
So, getting that letter was, I don't know from which corner the email came to me with that letter. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I feel that God wants me to do this service. I'm doing this service. So many times the challenges come to me, but again, always a lighter path is also shown to me to overcome the challenge.
It's so heart-wrenching to hear the stories from that time, like the toughest time the whole world had. And it's so amazing and inspiring to listen to you telling us about, how you overcame all of that and how you helped people, during that very difficult times to do whatever you could do for them, right? Yeah, thank you.
Also about the COVID time, I want to mention a point. Under the banner of Hindu Council, we have the Hindu Benevolent Fund.
Mm-hmm.
We distributed more than unimaginable amounts of you think. We distributed more than 20,000 kilos of rice.
Oh, wow.
Rice. So it was a very good team under the Hindu Benevolent Fund and Hindu Council.
Yeah.
So every day, a lot of volunteers came in, money flowed from different angles. We started the small thing.
Yeah.
The first thing we did was we cooked 300 packets of food in my house along with
oh my God.
And then we distributed in Wentworthville. At that time, there was a lot of reluctance from the committee that you are distributing it is unhygienic and everything. We had a lot of reluctance and also communication within the committee. Yeah. But we moved on and then we continued. We said, okay, we'll not give the cooked food, then we'll try to supply the groceries.
Yeah.
So that's what every day we used to make after my work. I used to go to the Parramatta Council came on board. A lot of other councils came on board. They gave us funding and they gave us space. And then we could pack about 300 packages every day. And we used to supply more than 250. On a weekend, we used to supply about 500 packages across Sydney.
Yeah.
And we have special permits from Sydney, from the government to
course,
travel during the COVID time. We had special passes to travel.
Yeah.
We visited elderly COVID patients, and it was hard.
Yeah.
It was a very touching situation, and the most affected were the students.
Yep.
Indian students.
Of course,
They were doing all the time cash on jobs.
Yeah.
They didn't have cash because they didn't have no jobs.
Absolutely.
And they don't have food, and they can't travel outside.
Yeah.
Because if in a family you have some groceries which you can, you store your groceries for about 10 days, 15 days. For them, it was an immediate effect.
Absolutely.
So some people could not have food for 1 or 2 days.
Yep.
So that's where we reached them and we were able to support them. And I also thank all my community friends who supported us, and also in the council came in a big way. And under the banner, we did it very great. And I know it's a lifetime opportunity for me to do so.
It's so amazing to hear this from you. And I can imagine, like, there's so many people who went jobless, who didn't have food to eat. And I'm sure whatever you did was, at least give them some food, right? Like, that is what the human being needs to survive during such tough times. So good on you. Thank you so much. And moving on to the next question, what are the struggles you face while helping with the repatriation services? Like, is there anybody who helps you? Like, do you have any volunteers or friends who help you with it?
That's a very good question from you, Pratisha. I want to communicate this message to everyone who's listening this video. I want everyone to be a volunteer, because this is happening in our Indian community in large. As per my statistics, every week I see there's a wedding happening in Indian community. Whether I know, whether I hear, or whether I don't know also, but there is a wedding happening in Indian community. At the same time, every fortnight, there is a death in the Indian family.
Yep.
And every month, it's alarming to say there is a divorce in Indian family.
Yeah.
In Sydney this month.
Yeah.
With this repatriation, there is a necessity of documentation.
Yeah.
So I am explaining to every one of you who are listening, if you want to be a volunteer and support me, I'm most welcome. I will explain you the process so that you can make the community aware of what the process is. Once you know the process, the system is easy. Unless you don't know the process, everything is difficult.
Yeah.
So to repatriation a body, we need the documentation passed through 5 departments. The first department is the health department to give the death certificate or the non-infectious certificate. That is important for repatriation. If there is infectious diseases, the body cannot be repatriated.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to get this documentation from the health department.
Okay.
Health department means it's the hospital first.
Yeah.
So if some incident happens, we should insist the doctors to give that certificate. Some people doesn't know and they go away, and the doctor is on leave. Getting the certificate sometimes take 2-3 days. So that delays in the repatriation process. When I get a phone call, first thing I tell, take to the phone and give to the doctor.
Yeah.
So I tell the doctor to give that letter to us. That is important.
Okay.
The second thing is, once you get the death certificate from them, then we have to lodge the death certificate with the New South Wales birth deaths and registries. Or if it's New South Wales, in Victoria. So whichever state government, we have to lodge a death certificate. That is called official death certificate for repatriation.
Okay. So
that is the next is BDM, birth deaths and marriages. So we have to generate that certificate. To generate the certificate, it takes 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Again, there's a channel that we have to insist for emergencies, and we can do it in one day. So we have to line up that one.
Okay.
So once you get these two departments, the third department is the Law Justice Department.
Okay.
Where you have to notarize all these documents.
Okay. So
notarization should be done. So once the notarization is done, we have to take all the documents and take it to DFAT, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. So again, these documents has to be apostilled by the DFAT.
Okay.
Because these are all official documents.
Yeah.
The fourth department, the last and the final step is the Indian Consulate. Whether if it is in Sydney, the Indian Consulate, if it is Canberra, High Commissioner Canberra, if it is Victoria, again Indian Consulate, in South Australia, Indian Consulate. Again, there's a new consulate started in Brisbane. And so whichever state they are, all these documents has to go to that state. Means where the body is flying back out of Australian shores. If the body is, if the mortal remains, not the body, so pardon me my word, there should be mortal remains. If the mortal remains are flying from Australian shore, if it is from Sydney, it should be Indian Consulate has to give the documentation. If it is Canberra, High Commission. So this document has to be generated. So 5 departments we have to line up, and normally the funeral directors take about 5 to 8 days to do this. But I line up whole one day to get all things done.
Yep.
This is one challenge. The second challenge is negotiating with the airline to pick up the mortal remains.
Okay.
So again, airlines will not, they have to give the clearance that yes, this will take this consignment along with them. But again, they have their own consignment which has been planned and everything. They may say that we are full for this day. We can't take it for today. We can take this load only for after 4 days or 5 days. So again, I have established channels with Air India, established channels with Qatar Airways, established channels with Emirates.
Yeah.
But when I did this incident, first I called the channel telling that we are working on it. Please help us within 2 or 3 days. We'll give 1 or 2 days doing the documentation. Give us space for us to accept our consignment.
All right.
So that is one challenge. That's always a challenge. Not after that. Again, the health authorities where the mortal remains are going, whether it's going to Delhi or it's going to Hyderabad or Chennai, the airport authorities has to give okay clearances.
Yes.
If they don't give okay clearances, again they can't send the consignment from here.
Yeah.
Again, thanks to my friends who are in IPS or customs officers back in entire part of India. So I give a couple of phone calls to them, and they chase up, they hasten the process and they give the okay signal.
Yeah.
So with the help of all the people there, we are able to repatriate the bodies in maximum 3 to 4 days after the event occurs.
Okay.
So because again we don't want to delay the process, because we want to put a full closure
of course
of that event, and we don't want the families to be sitting there for a long time and then don't want to be the emotions that they don't want to give the pain and pain.
Of course.
That's what.
It's
a challenging job, but again, if any volunteer wants to take part in this community service, I'm most welcome. Please come and help me, because on the day of running around the 5 departments, because I'll take leave from my office and do all this work from my office.
Yeah.
I welcome most well if anyone interested, please come and help me. And this message has to be spread to everyone in the community.
Of course. So
that is the 5 departments are involved. Again, there is the next challenge is the financial cost.
Of course.
Again, in some cases, I said to the families, if your financial cost was an issue, again, under the banner of Hindu Council and HBF, we also support the financial, we take up the financial cost to the party body to India.
Okay, nice. It's already such a tough time for the family, right? Because they have lost a family member, and taking that burden off their head, where you have somebody taking care of the end-to-end process, including, like, if required, the finances as well. It's so amazing what you do. Like, it's such a inspiring thing, I would say.
As you're speaking now, today a body is flying in Air India to Delhi.
Wow. Okay.
A person of 40 years of age passed away on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Hospital, and it has to go to Kochi.
Oh my God. Okay.
Today morning only I finished all the processes and left Australian shores today by Air India flight. Right now it is somewhere in mid-air, reaching Delhi in a couple of hours. Then it will go to Kochi tomorrow morning.
Okay.
For its final journey.
Yeah. I'm sure all those families might be blessing you, right, for helping them in the most, required time, I would say.
I don't say blessing, but I say it's a God service.
Of course.
Again, I believe to God because He has given me the opportunity
Yeah.
to do this service.
Yeah.
So I think I'm born to do this service.
I've been in Australia for 9 years now, almost. And there wasn't a single community event where I haven't seen you participating very actively. Like, you're the most active member in most of the community events I have been. So, what keeps you going? Like, what motivates you to be everywhere and do so much for the community?
You want a real answer on that?
No, of course. Yes, please.
Because I want to be, I'll be fighting with my wife. I want to be away from my wife. As I said, community service in my life.
Yeah, of course, I'm sure. And I'm sure you would agree, support from your son and wife as well.
Without them,
Of course.
Again, that was my last thanking. You brought that forward, so I thank my family.
Of course.
Allow me to do what I am doing.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful that they understand what is my passion and they are supporting my passion.
Yeah, and Chandrika Garu and Srikanta are the people who keep you going. Right? Oh, absolutely.
And also my community.
Of course, yes.
My community also
of course.
Into this my family.
Yeah.
As a Vasudhaiva Kutumbam.
Yeah. And have you ever tried something that, wasn't working for you and, you tried hard, something didn't work, and how did you overcome that?
Nothing says you can't work it out.
Okay, of course.
I don't agree that you can't work it out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you think about it,
yeah.
You can do it.
Somebody who has, made the complex path of immigration so simple, or, of repatriation so accessible and easy for people, I'm sure, of course.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Of course,
so if
agree.
You want to do something, you will do it. So
yeah.
Nothing is difficult.
Yeah.
Everything is, you should have passion to do it.
Of course.
And you should have time to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, you have 100 excuses for it.
Agree. I know. This is the last question. And then we have a couple of more segments. But questionnaire-wise, this is the last one. So you run a travel agency. You're a marriage celebrant. And you are someone who is always available for the community services. Especially, we were talking about the repatriation services, which are so difficult to manage. And also, you are a doted son, father, and husband. How do you manage and balance everything?
I don't know. I can't say. Somehow God has given me the strength, I can say. All that I can say.
Yeah.
He has given me the strength and wisdom to do it.
Yeah.
So, I could see my life. I see how changes happen in my life. Every time the incident happens, that changes my life.
Yeah.
A theory says that destiny.
Yeah.
Someone says, this is my destiny. But I just give a bit of extension of destiny. I say destiny changes with time. So my entire life is a learning lesson for me. I thought one thing, landed in some other thing. I thought something, I landed something else. I landed something else, thought something else, I landed somewhere else. So I thought destiny was shifting. I thought this is my destiny. No, again it was shifting. The goalpost was changing from time to time. So I say destiny changes with time.
Yeah.
But most of people may not agree, but I still strongly believe. Again, as I said, community service is my blood, and God has created for me to do the service. You might be knowing or not knowing. Some of my friends know that I was clinically dead for 22 seconds in the year 2003. Now it is 20 years beyond that. Some cases which we've seen in the community, that a couple of young people who died in their homes. So they had a heart attack and they could not reach hospital. And you all know lot of cases happened in platform area, so platform box and everything. They were young people and they had a heart attack, and they didn't have any clue, and they lost their lives.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me in the year 2003. I got chest pain, but I never thought it was a chest pain. I thought I was an active sport and everything. But at the time, my father's voice came into my ears. Sreenadh, unku heart attack, hospital go in my Tamil. He said, Sreenadh, you got heart attack, go to the hospital. That was the voice I heard in my ears. So that's where I took my strength. I was living in Nashville, so I went in the car with all the pain. In 7 minutes, I was in the hospital, and I was fallen in the emergency door. So then it was a massive attack, and I was clinically dead for 22 seconds. My heart didn't revive in the first shock, which again started on the second shock. It revived, and now I'm continuing. So I think this body is not my body. It is God's body. So He wants me to do a service, so I'm doing the service. So whatever I'm doing is not me. It's He. He is making it. I'm only an operator.
Yeah.
I'm an operator. So again, if you say God, what is God?
Yeah.
God is G for generator, O for operator, D for destroyer. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, God. If we go to Christianity, the Holy Son, the Holy Father, the Holy Son, and the cross.
Yeah.
Generator, operator, destroyer.
Yeah.
So probably I'm an operator.
I have no words. We take life for so granted, right? Like, we're there today, you'd never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of us would take inspiration from you today to at least do something for the community in any way. It doesn't have to be what Sreenadh Garu is doing. It could be anything. Do something for the community. I'm sure, like, we will be able to find a few volunteers at least who can help you with your services through this channel. I'm really hoping for that. And thank you, Sreenadh Garu. You've been really great.
If you are unable to volunteer, at least let messages go that the documentation has to pass through 5 departments.
Yes.
And also talking to the airline.
Yes.
Information
at least people know the process, basically. Yeah.
And my message to the community is, you don't need to be a volunteer.
Yeah.
You don't need to help someone.
Yeah.
Be what you are.
Yeah.
But only one thing is, don't think of harm of someone.
Yeah.
That is the biggest service you are doing to the community.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Don't think harm and don't think bad of anyone.
Yeah.
You can be silent or you can not do anything.
Yeah.
But again, this is my message to them.
Thank you, Sreenadh Garu.
Welcome.
I'm so blessed. I'm so glad I'm sitting here in front of you, talking to you, and able to convey your messages through Chat with Pratt to the audience. And,
Don't say blessed. We are all part of this.
You're being too humble.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. We have a little surprise for you.
Hi Pratisha, hi Sreenadh. I wish you all the best for this interview. Pratisha, Sreenadh గారి గురించి చెప్పాలంటే ఈ శ్రీనాథ్ గారి గురించి చెప్పమని నువ్వు నన్ను అడిగినందుకు నేను ఎంతో గర్వపడుతున్నానమ్మా. ఎందుకంటే శ్రీనాథ్ లాంటి మనిషి గురించి చెప్పడం నాకు చాలా గర్వపడే విషయం. ఎందుకంటే శ్రీనాథ్ చేసిన పనులన్నీ కూడా చాలా గొప్ప పనులు. ఆయన ఏ రోజు ఏ రాత్రి ఏ టైంకి ఎవ్వరు ఏ అవసరం వచ్చినా ఒక ఆపద్బాంధవులాగా, ఒక ఆదర్శవంతమైన ఉత్తమ గుణం కలిగిన మనిషి, అందరికీ సాయం చేస్తాడు. ఎట్లాంటి సాయమైనా సరే, మనం మన ఆప్తులను కోల్పోయినప్పుడు మనం ఎట్లాంటి పరిస్థితులు ఉంటే ఆ టైంలో ప్రతి కార్యక్రమము అన్నీ అయిపోయేదాకా అది బాగా చేస్తారు. ఎవరికన్నా కౌన్సిలర్ సర్వీస్ కావాలంటే చేస్తారు. ఇండియాలో హెచ్ఎస్లో పాస్ అయినప్పుడు వాళ్ళ నాన్న పేరు మీద ఒక అవార్డు ఇచ్చి అక్కడ ఇట్లాంటివి ఎన్నో ఇంకా శ్రీనాథ్ చెప్పాలంటే ఎన్ని నిమిషాలైనా ఎన్ని గంటలైనా పట్టదు. కానీ ఆయనను చూసి నేను చాలా నేర్చుకున్నా, చాలామంది నేర్చుకున్నారు. శ్రీనాథ్ వాళ్ళ ఇక్కడ కమ్యూనిటీ చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది. ఏ అవసరం వచ్చినా ఎప్పుడు ఎక్కడైనా ఎట్లాంటి వర్క్ అయినా చేస్తాడు. ఆయన జాబ్లో ఉన్న ఆయన కంపెనీ శ్రీ ట్రావెల్ అని ఒక ట్రావెల్ కంపెనీ పెట్టి ఇప్పుడు ఫ్లైట్ గ్యాస్ అని ఒక కంపెనీ పెట్టిన అక్కడ కూడా ఆ బిజినెస్ అని చూడకుండా అక్కడ కూడా ఎవరికి ఎట్లా సాయం చేయాలి, బిజినెస్ అయినా జాబ్ అయినా ఏదైనా కమ్యూనిటీ సర్వీసే ది మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఆయన చేసిన సేవల వల్ల ఎంతోమంది బెనిఫిట్ పొందిండ్రు. ఎంతోమందిని నేను దగ్గర నుంచి చూసిన. అట్లాంటి శ్రీనాథ్ గారికి నేను ఫ్రెండ్ కావడము, అట్లాంటి పర్సన్ మన అట్సాల ఫౌండర్ ఉండడము ఇది ఒక గొప్ప అనుభూతి, గొప్ప విషయం. శ్రీనాథ్ అంటేనే ఒక హెల్పింగ్ నేచర్. శ్రీనాథ్ అంటే ఒక నీడీ పర్సన్కు అన్ని ఎండ్ టు ఎండ్ అన్ని అందిస్తాడు. శ్రీనాథ్ అంటే కమ్యూనిటీలో హైలీ రెస్పెక్ట్ చేసేది. ఇప్పుడు ఇండియన్ కౌన్సిలేట్ జర్నల్ ఎవరి దగ్గరికి పోయినా శ్రీనాథ్ గురించి చెప్తే అబ్బా శ్రీనాథ్ అట్లాంటి ఉండడం వలన మా కౌన్సిలేట్ జర్నల్లో మాకు సగం పన్నులు తగ్గుతున్నాయి. ఏ రోజైనా ఎట్లాంటి బిజీ ఉన్నా కూడా ఎమర్జెన్సీ విషయంలో అన్ని పక్కకెట్టి ముందుకొచ్చి ఆయన ఫ్యామిలీని కూడా ముందుకెట్టి ఫ్యామిలీ కన్నా ఎక్కువ ఎమర్జెన్సీ తీసుకొని చేసిన అతి తక్కువ మందిలో శ్రీనాథ్ ఒకడు. శ్రీనాథ్ను నువ్వు ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేయడం అనేది నీ ఛానల్కి ఒక గొప్ప అవకాశము, అనుభూతి. ఇట్లాంటి అందరిని ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసి కమ్యూనిటీల వాళ్ళ గురించి చెప్పి నీ ఛానల్ కూడా ఒక మంచి పని చేస్తుందమ్మా. దానికి నిన్ను అభినందిస్తున్నా. శ్రీనాథ్ నా ఫ్రెండ్ అయినందుకు నేను చాలా గర్వంగా చెప్పగలుగుతున్నా. మనందరం కూడా శ్రీనాథ్ని చూసి కొంత నేర్చుకొని మనం కూడా కమ్యూనిటీకి చేయగలిగితే ఇంకా ప్రతి ఒక్కరు ఏదో ఒకటి ఏం చేసినా కొంత టైం కమ్యూనిటీకి ఇచ్చి చేయాలి. శ్రీనాథ్ ఒక ఆదర్శవంతమైన మనిషిగా అందరు చూడాలి. శ్రీనాథ్ నువ్వు ఎంతోమందిని ఆదుకున్నావు, ఎంతోమందికి అవకాశం. నీకు కూడా భగవంతుడు అన్ని రకాల నిన్ను నీ ఫ్యామిలీని బాగా చూస్తాడు. రియలీ నీ గురించి చెప్పడం నేను చాలా గర్వపడుతున్నా. ఇది నా బాటమ్ ఆఫ్ ద హార్ట్ నేను చెప్తున్నా. యూ ఆర్ ద బెస్ట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రత్యూష.
Sreenadh Garu for a very long time. He's a multicultural man. He always helps in any community events, fundraising organizations, events. And he got a special skills where no one even think about it. I always call him as our Bandhavuru because he helps a needy person in dire situations, in emergency situations. And he helped a lot of people, repatriation and other emergency needs. So always call him as Albert Bandhavuru. He's a suitable person for that name.
Hi Brad, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to say a few words about Sreenadh Garu. It's a great honor. I think I first met him at one of the ATSA events, and he's also a family friend to one of my cousins then, and ever since he's a family. We get so inspired from Sreenadh Garu, and he's a role model to many of us. During COVID, when there was no physical gatherings or events happening, to do virtual event to connect to people virtually, at least during those tough times. And with the help of community members, we were able to organize a virtual event. And when I said to Sreenadh Garu about it, if you think it's helped the community in any form, you should do it. And there was a limit of gathering during that time, and but he ensured he attended that event and make sure we were all doing okay, and the program went good. And we got good response from audience all around the world, not just Australia. I would like to thank Sreenadh Garu for all the support and guidance that he gives us in the community. And I think I take one caption from his activities: the show must go on, no matter what. Thank you so much.
Hope you like those messages, Sreenadh Garu.
Thank you for the humble words.
And there's also one more thing I always wanted to tell you, Sreenadh Garu. There's a huge role you have played in my life for me to be sitting here and interviewing successful and inspiring people like you. I'm not sure if you remember, but there was this one Ganesh Chaturthi even during COVID, which I hosted, and it was an online celebration. And after the event, you came to me, you shook my hand, and you said you should, get into the profession of being an RJ or something in that lines. You have no idea the kind of boost it had given to me, and I would be always grateful for you for that.
Thank you. At least, yeah, you have taken my advice, and yes, I'm sure you are a good RJ because I've seen your skills. On that day, it was really fascinating. At the same time, it was a new sort of conducting the event in Australia within our community, and you made that event so successful, and the flow on was so. There was no hiccups, and the way you conducted was so good. So I thought, see, we probably had that inner passion. The passion should come out. That's what I said. If you have a passion, you will be successful.
Thank you, Sreenadh Garu.
So thank you. At least you remember the words.
Of course, will never forget it all my life, for sure. Yeah.
Please, whoever it is, if they have a passion, please work on the passion. Don't kill your passion. Passion is your oxygen.
Absolutely.
So continue your passion.
Yeah.
Continue your dreams.
Yeah.
You'll be successful.
Thank you, Sreenadh Garu. Thank you so much, Sreenadh Garu. I'm so emotional right now. I don't know what to say. I can only say thank you so much for being such a wonderful guest on Chat with Pratt. And we will move on to the next segment. And for that next segment, should we go downstairs, like a change of place and change of vibe, I would say? Yeah, let's do that. Hello, Sreenadh Garu. I'm here again. Are you ready for the next segment?
Yes, please.
All right. So you are on fire. Okay. And one word or expression that comes to your mind when I say the following words or phrases.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Community.
Oxygen for my life.
Wow. Friends.
Part of my life story.
Family.
Everything in my life.
Wow. Favorite song.
Not a favorite song, but a favorite dialogue.
Go for it.
My life is from the Shole dialogue. जो डर गया समझो मर गया.
Absolutely. Love it. First job.
First job as a medical rep in Surat.
Okay, interesting.
1980.
Wow. Hobby.
Hobby? Kabaddi.
Wow. Okay.
I'm internet university player, Kabaddi player.
Wow. Your hero?
My hero? God.
Of course. Favorite food?
Favorite food? Indian sweets.
Of course. Guilty pleasure.
What is that?
Like something you don't want to do, but you do it, like eat something or, Okay, that's fine. And strength?
Strength? My own thoughts.
Okay. Weakness?
Indian sweets.
And I'm always ready for?
NRMA.
Okay. I want to get over?
Nothing.
Indian sweets? No, you don't want to get over. Okay. I'm always a sucker for something that you always want, like friends, family, or want to watch something.
I'm a simple man.
Okay.
Simple. Nothing. Life is simple.
Yeah.
Don't make it complicated. Simple.
Nice. And something that you want to declare to the world. Dash. Period.
Vasudhaiva Kutumbam.
Love it. So beautiful. And cheers to
Everyone in it.
beautiful.
Even in this.
And my mantra,
Do good, be good.
beautiful.
Love the mankind, serve the mankind.
Love it. And chat with Pratt.
My honor.
Thank you, Sreenadh Garu. It's my honor. Sydney,
My adopted place, country,
India.
my homeland.
Sreenadh Garu, you did so good. And I love all your answers when you were on fire. Just because I love all your answers, I've got this small gift for you for being an awesome.
Not in the common.
It's a very small one. It's nothing for whatever you do to the community. Okay?
Give back to the community.
You can open it. I hope you like it. It's a Chat with Pratt mug for being the most amazing and most humble and loving guest on Chat with Pratt.
Thank you.
It's a great honor and pleasure to have you on Chat with Pratt.
I wish you that you pursue your dreams, and I want to see you successful and grow the way you want to grow.
Thank you so much.
God should be always in your path and give that light and strength to you.
Yeah.
Continue and pursue your dreams.
Thank you so
Good
much.
luck and God bless you.
Thank you so much. So viewers, I hope you all enjoyed and are very much inspired by this episode of Chat with Pratt, Unwind and Unveil in association with Fruitaholic Sydney. Also, I would urge you all to volunteer and reach out to Sreenadh Garu on his phone number or the email ID flashing below and help him with his community services. I'll see you all in the next episode of Chat with Pratt, Unwind and Unveil. Until then, you take good care of yourselves. This is your MC Pratyusha. Bye.